Hi guys, my name is Sasha He, and I'm a cellist from Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, which is just outside of Philadelphia. This is my first year participating in NYO-USA. In the fall, I'll be studying at Columbia University in the Juilliard School through the Columbia Juilliard Exchange. I'm so excited to finally be able to contribute to NYO-U because I've watched so many NYO-U videos over the years. To be honest, it's still really surreal that I'm standing here on the other side. Today, I will be talking about one of the toughest aspects of the musician life, dealing with rejection. This topic of rejection is so important to me because I feel that although everyone goes through it, people are often afraid to discuss it with all the pressure in the music world to put on your best self in front of your peers. However, when I was dealing with my disappointment, what helped the most was when people shared their honest experiences with me, and it helped me feel less alone. On a more personal note, I also tried out for NYO-USA in both 2017 and 2018 and was rejected both times. So I know how it feels, and I hope that I can pass along to you some of the things I learned on my journey. So tip number 1, embrace your feelings. Let yourself cry for 3 hours or be angry at the injustice of the world. Spending time either by yourself or letting your thoughts out with someone you trust to acknowledge your emotions is a first step to overcoming disappointment and using rejection for the better. The one thing I really do warn against is not to think or say negative things towards other people, although you might reasonably feel some resentment. Try to feel happy for them and remember that we're all on the same boat as musicians striving to create our best work possible. Tip number 2, let yourself take a break from music if you need to. In the fall of my senior year, I applied to a bunch of things, all of which were coming back with negative results. I started to feel really discouraged about music to the point where every time I even thought about practicing, I felt so bad about myself that it hindered my ability to work productively. So I decided that for the entire month of December, I was just going to take a break. I wouldn't touch my instrument outside of mandatory rehearsals. It was tough because I'd never taken such an extended hiatus before, and I didn't know how I would sound after not playing for a month. But looking back, I'm so glad I did that because when I started playing again, I had such a renewed perspective towards music and my playing. Tip number 3, remember why you play music. Although success can feel so good, over time, experiencing nothing but success can cause you to associate the thrill of winning with the joy of the act of making music itself. So that if those successes aren't there anymore, then you don't feel happy about playing music. Instead, focus on the rewarding feeling of finding meaning in each musical phrase and communicating that to the audience. I also recommend watching Benjamin Zander's interpretation classes on YouTube. He knows how to ignite the spark of life in the music, and it's so magical to see him totally transform someone's playing with only a few words, sometimes in as little as 15 minutes. He will also renew your sense of wonder at the beauty of music and remind you that in the end, music isn't about you anymore. It's about serving the legacy of the piece and composer. Tip number 4, pay attention to any feedback you receive and reevaluate. After I got rejected from NYO-USA, I felt so discouraged that I didn't even want to think about it. When they sent the feedback forms, I quickly glanced over the comments and then pushed it aside. It wasn't until I was preparing to apply to this year's NYO that I decided to read them again. I discovered that they were all basically saying the same thing, that I needed to maintain a steady rhythm and to count. I knew that if I really wanted to be serious about applying this year, I had to improve these 2 things. To recap, if you encounter disappointment or rejection, allow yourself to let your feelings out. Consider taking a break if you need it. Think about why you perform and rekindle your love for music, and reevaluate and listen to feedback. Thank you for watching this NYO-U mini masterclass. You can check out more content and subscribe to the NYO channel here.